Hey everyone, welcome. I am so glad you're here. My name is Danny Stevens, and before we get into anything today, I just want you to know something about this masterclass and how it's going to work, because this isn't going to be a typical business training by a typical business coach. I'm not going to talk to you about your offer. I'm not going to talk to you about, your content strategy or, your funnel or your email list. Okay. What I'm going to talk to you about is what I believe that is the thing that nobody in the business coaching space is helping women with or is talking about. And it's the one thing that I genuinely believe is the real reason most women building a business, working from home, cannot hit the income months they're working towards and why they are feeling stuck. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it by telling you some of my personal stories too, because the best way I know how to explain this is to take you back to a moment that I will never forget in my business. So grab a coffee, grab a glass of water, grab a pen, paper, and get comfy. And hopefully you'll stay to the end, because what I'm going to share in the last 15 minutes is going to be the most important thing I believe that you will hear for your business. So firstly, let's take you back, a little bit. Actually, I'll take you back about 10 years. I had been building a network marketing business, and I'd been building it for years. And I mean, really building it. Like, I was obsessed with my business. I was in the top 1% of the company. I was earning between 20 and 40,000 every single month. I was coaching hundreds of women. I was helping build the business also across Australia and New Zealand. And I lived and I breathed. To me, it was everything was super, super important to me. And then one morning, I'll say it's about 4 years ago now. It's just a normal morning. I got up before all the family. I got up and made my coffee. I sat down to log in and check my numbers like I did every single day, and access was denied. I couldn't log in. And I knew in that moment what had happened. My ID had been deactivated, just like that. 13 years of my identity and my life and my passion was gone. The hurt, the grief, the anger, the sadness, like all of the feels, the complete and utter feeling of unfairness. Like it hit me all at once. My family became furious on my behalf. My friends were angry, and I understood why. Because what I happened, I believe wasn't fair. But that's not what this is all about. What happened is it's about the decision I made, and the decision I made very, very quickly. I decided that anger wasn't going to serve me. It wasn't going to build me anything. It wasn't going to get me anywhere where I wanted to go, where I wanted what I wanted to do, and what I wanted for my family as well. So instead, I made a choice. I made a choice to learn from it. And I sat there and I thought, I have built something extraordinary. Not only once, I had to build something extraordinary 3 times. I built 3 incredible businesses. I know how to build business. I can teach anyone how to build a successful business. I know how to do this. I know now, though, I can build something bigger, I can build something better, and I can build something way more impactful than anything that I'd ever created before. But here's also what I knew: before I could build anything new, I had to fix what had been like underneath everything the whole time while I was in business. Okay. Because the truth is, even when I was earning 40K months, my life was running off the back of me and I was exhausted. Okay. So when this happened, like when my ID was sort of deactivated, I had a sense of relief. Like I had a sense of, I can take a breath here. I can have a break here. Okay. Because what happened, I was doing everything as well as building a business. I was doing the cooking, the cleaning, the organizing, the mental load of every single task for every single person of my family. Like I was doing all of it every day while I was also running this successful business. And it's not sustainable. I was exhausted. There was burnout was starting to happen too. And when the business disappeared overnight, I finally had to face the thing that I had been avoiding, that my life didn't actually have systems in place to support it. My business did. And that was the missing system had been costing me more than I actually even realized as well. So you are not running one business, okay? You're running two. So I want to ask you something too. How many people feel like you are constantly behind? Like no matter how hard you work, the business is always getting whatever is left over at the end of the day, if anything. Some days, you can sit down and go, I haven't even done anything in my business today. So what I want you to understand today, the problem is almost always never the business. Okay. You might think you've got a business problem. It's like 99% of the time, it's actually not a business problem. The business will work, but it's the foundations that aren't. So the offer is usually good, the product is usually good, the strategy is usually like super sound. The drive may be there. And I've coached over the years, like I've coached hundreds of women. And I can tell you the women who are stuck are not stuck because they are not talented enough or not working hard enough. They are stuck because they are trying to run two full-time businesses at the same time. One is the household and one is their actual business. And one of those businesses, which is generally the household, has no system. And this isn't your fault. Nobody actually ever taught you how to do this. No one actually really taught me how to do this. We were just expected to know. We expect our families to know. But the household, I had no system. It's got no structure, no delegation, no rhythm. It just runs completely off the back of me. And that was happening every single day too. So I'm going to paint a picture of what a typical day looks like when your household has no system and see if you can relate to any of this. So you wake up, the morning may already feel like it's chaos. Someone can't find their shoes or breakfast needs to happen. The washing is probably in the machine from yesterday. The kids need to be somewhere. You're running late. You finally sit down. It could be 9:30 and you're already exhausted. You have not done a single thing for your business yet. You may sit down and work for 45 minutes and you probably are not doing any income producing work. You're probably just faffing about because you don't know what to do and because your head is just so scattered anyway. Something else then needs your attention. Somebody needs something. The kitchen bench needs wiping down before you can even think about making lunch. It's 2 p.m. You've had about an hour of real focused work. Then 4 p.m. hits and it's panic. And it's like, well, what am I even going to do for dinner tonight? So run to the shops or you've got to stop everything you're doing to try and figure it out, like every single day. Then your partner may come home and ask, or the kids come home, what's for dinner? Somebody has to be somewhere. Your brain is completely full. And by the time the kids are in bed, you actually have nothing left to sit down and go, I'm going to do work done. Because a lot of women I speak to go, well, I'll do it once the kids are in bed. You've got nothing left in the tank. The business got 2 hours if it was lucky, and tomorrow is going to, look exactly the same. You can't build a business like that. You just can't. And this blew my mind that the research actually shows women make over 200 food decisions every single day. This is just the food, okay, before they've even thought about their business once. And that's 200 withdrawals from the exact account your business needs to run on. But it's not just the food decisions, it's everything. You're the calendar for the whole family. You're the shopping list. You're the appointment keeper. You're the reminder system. You're the person who notices when something runs out, when something needs to happen, when someone needs to be somewhere. And it's all of it, and it's all in your head, and it's all taking up the space that your business brain needs. And here is what nobody is telling you about the mental load. Okay, it doesn't just exhaust you; it crowds the thinking your business actually needs. You can't be creative, you can't be strategic, you can't be growth focused when your brain is a household management system with no off switch. Okay, this is why your income's stuck. Not your offer, not your product, not your content, not your mindset. It is your household. And after I lost my network marketing business, I had a moment of real clarity. Like, I remember sitting at the kitchen bench and I thought back to when I was building my business. I had two little kids that were running around. I had a house that was half renovated. There was literally plastic sheeting, or like a plastic sheeting wall where a wall should have been. I had a brand new puppy that was destroying everything. And I also thought about the hundreds of women I'd coached over the years and why most women did give up on their business, or why they got stuck at 2K or 5K months for years and years and years. And I thought, if I'm going to build something new here, like if I'm really going to help women make a change, I cannot do it the same way I did it before, because it was run on guilt, it was run on burnout, it was run on exhaustion, and honestly, it was not, what I was doing was not sustainable. So the sort of divine intervention for me, what actually happened. Okay, I can't carry it all. I cannot keep running two full-time businesses with no systems in the second one. So I did make a decision that changed everything. I decided to treat my household the way I would treat any other business I was building, like the companies I'd built in the past. I thought about what would I do if I was starting a new company today. I would map out every task. I would assign roles, the things that I couldn't do or didn't want to do. I would create systems. I would build rhythms. I would make this business so simple a 4-year-old, 5-year-old could follow it. I would delegate everything that did not need to be done by me. So that's what I did. And I did it for my home. And that is what I now teach as one of the foundations. I do believe you need a business operating method, which I also teach inside my community, but you need to have the foundations right first. So when I did this, something happened very quickly that I wasn't expecting to. Like within months, my new business went from 5K months to 20K months and beyond. And my goal is to create a 100K month business and show every single woman in my world how to do this with me. Okay. This was not because I suddenly had a better offer or a better strategy. It's because I fixed the foundations my business was trying to grow on. And I called it the home operating method. And what I'm going to do today is walk you through exactly how that home operating method works. Now you know why I created it. Okay, so the home operating method, it is a complete framework for the running of your household, the way a CEO runs a company, the way you should run your business also. It's not perfectly, okay? This is not about having everything absolutely perfectly and it works straight away every single time. It is a process, but it's not with, aesthetically everything is amazing. It's not with a show home or a color-coded everything and home cooked meals every night. It's just done with intention. It's done with a structure. It's done with a team, and it's done with systems that can run without you. So you can actually walk away and have a girls' weekend away or go away for a conference or have some time out and not everything falls apart and no one's angry at you or you run, living with this guilt too. Okay. It has 4 departments, just like a real business does. Okay. So the first department is department 1. It's what I call the operations department. So this is the day-to-day physical running of your household. Every task that needs to happen, everything is mapped, it's assigned, it's systemized, and it's delegated. And here's what most women do not know. When I worked through this with the CEO mums in my group coaching program, they discovered they're personally carrying between about 60 to 80 household tasks every single week from memory, with no system, with no assigned owner, just them. That if they walked away or if they weren't at home, nobody else would know how to do it or what to do or what to use or how it works or when it happens. Okay. So the first thing we do in the department 1 is an operations inventory. We write down every single task, and you probably don't even realize you're doing half of them, but we write down every single task, the things that are happening daily, the things that happen weekly, the things that happen monthly. And then we sort them into 4 different columns. So we have systemize, automate, delegate, or we drop them entirely. And what happens every single time when a woman sits down and goes through this process, she realizes somewhere between 30 and 40% of the tasks she's currently personally doing could be owned by somebody else in the household right now, like this week, not eventually, like right now. That nobody else has ever been asked to own them or not been asked to do them with a clear, defined role. Nobody has a written responsibility, and without that, it just defaults to you every single time, or it ends in an argument every single time, or it ends with you in resentment and anger and all of those things. So we eliminate all of that straight away by implementing the operations department. Then we go into department 2, which is team management, and I really want you to shift your way of thinking about your family for a moment too. Your family is just not your family, or who you live with is not just who you live with. They're your team. You've got a partner, or you've got kids, or you've got housemates. It doesn't matter what age they are. They are team members in the business of running the household. And right now, most of them have no clear defined roles. It's like you running your own business and you've got, you employ people, but you're doing all the work because nobody really knows what to do. They've got no like written down responsibilities. They don't know what their role is. And they've got no standard of what done even looks like too. So you have a team, but you're doing everything yourself. Like that doesn't make sense. Like it's not what you would do in real life, in the real life workspace. So it's not a family problem. This is a management problem. Okay, so we've got to take responsibility for this. And remember, being the CEO doesn't mean doing it all. But someone has to lead the business, and that's you. Okay, so in department 2, we build the family org chart. Who is responsible for what? We build a family calendar architecture so everybody can see the week, and we do this digital we do it on a Google Calendar. And we introduce what I call the Sunday CEO Reset too. And the Sunday CEO Reset is 30 minutes every Sunday. It will set up your whole week. Meals are planned, calendar reviewed, family brief, CEO time is fully protected. When Sunday is set up, Monday will never be a surprise anymore. And I just want to tell you about a conversation I had with my husband as well when I introduced this. He looked at me and he said, well, what do you want me to do? Like, what tell me what you need me to do. And I realized something in that moment, that he was never unwilling to do it. He never had been. He just didn't have a role, or a role that I wanted him to have. He didn't know this. I had it all in my head. Nobody had ever said to him, this is yours, you need to own this. And that moment I gave him a role with a clear defined standard of what it looked like. He stepped up and he's never stepped back too. That's what happens when you run your family like a like you're the CEO in it as well. Then we've got department 3, and this one is the one that will surprise most women. Because I want to ask you something here too. Like, do you know right now exactly what your household costs to run every single month? Like, not approximately, not roughly, like the exact number. Because when we go through this department, what I know is you cannot set a real income goal until you know your household number. Without it, you're just picking some number randomly because it sounded good, or because you heard somebody else doing it, like 10K a month, 20K a month, 30K a month. And why do we do this? Because it sounds a lot, or because somebody else is hitting it? When you know your household number, your income target becomes real. It becomes a number that actually has meaning. It covers your mortgage, your groceries, your kids' activities, your car, your life, and then you have some left over. And that meaning is what drives you to actually hit it, not just some random, not even knowing why you want it. So in department 3, we calculate the household number. We set income targets that are based on real numbers. We build a budget architecture, and we introduce a monthly money meeting. And the monthly money meeting is 30 minutes. It's not with me, it's with your family. Once a month, where you and your partner sit down, you look at the finances together, okay? Not you or not him carrying it all alone. It's most couples do avoid this conversation, but CEO mums, we have it on schedule, we have it done, and it changes everything. And then we jump into department 4, which honestly, I can tell you is the most important department, and it's the one that delivers the most immediate relief out of the whole method. Okay. Remember when I talked about that 4 p.m. panic? Department 4 will end that. Okay. Completely, not reduce it. It will completely end that. And here's how. What we do is we build a master meal rotation, which is a list of 25 to 30 meals your family actually eats. Not what sound good or what you think they should be eating, what they actually eat. We categorize by how long they would take, how much effort you need to put at once, and then you use it forever. Okay. Then every Sunday we do something called the Monday meal lock, and that's 5 minutes. You open your rotation, you assign meals to nights for the whole week. You assign it to who is cooking each night. You share it with the family, and from that moment until the following Sunday, dinner is not a decision you make. It's a plan you execute, or better yet, it's a plan your family executes. Because if you want to run a 6 or 7 figure business, you have to do this. Okay. So now for me, as an example, what a Tuesday evening might look like, at 4 p.m., I may want to go for a walk, or I may want to sit down and chat to somebody online, or do some work in my business, and stay in my CEO mode. The dinner is not my problem, because we decided on Sunday that it's Taco Tuesday night, and Grant owns that, and he knows exactly the standard. We know we have the food in the fridge. He knows what time we're eating dinner. He's done it 100 times. It's just become a system now. And I can come out of my office or come home and dinner is happening, and I didn't have to think about it once. That's a home operating method, and that is what is available to you when you implement it here. So here's just an example of what a Tuesday looks like when when the home operating method is running. It's not a perfect life. It's just a systemized life, and you can wake up in the morning, reset has already happened. Your partner's done his part, the kids have done their part, they know what was expected of them, and they've noted what's standard. The kitchen's clean, the washing's on, everyone's where they need to go. You sit down at your laptop at 8:45, you've got your CEO time blocked in your calendar, and people know not to interrupt that. At lunch, you don't have to think about dinner. At 4, you might be still working or exercising or reading a book. There's no panic. Okay. You come out, dinner's happening. You're present with your family. You're sitting at the table, and at the end of the month, there's no surprise or no panic that you didn't do enough, because the income reflects every single one of those Tuesday. Okay. That's what happens with every woman who implements this method. The months you've been chasing, those income months, they start showing up, not because you suddenly started working harder, but because you had built the foundation, so there was actually room to grow, for that month as well. So that Tuesday can be every day for you. It doesn't just have to be a Tuesday. So here's just a few of the testimonies I just want to share with you, so you're not just believing what I say. And this is from some of the women that are currently in our membership in the coaching program at the moment too. And I share, as I said, just for evidence to know and the impact that it is having on women. Nicole has just said, thank you, Danielle, for showing me systems on how to sort my messy life and business. I've gone from chaos to calm in so many areas. I'm feeling more confident as I grow into this new identity. You're leading us to success in all areas. And for that, I thank you. And Nicole is doing incredible things are showing up in her business. Incredible income is showing up in her business now too. And she's got the foundation to support it, which is great. Then I've loved Danny's membership. It's helped me declutter my home, my life, and my business. Everything seems more calm and easier to manage after learning how to systemize my life. I really enjoy the community of women that I've met and look forward to hearing how others have transformed their lives too. A huge recommendation from me if you want a safe space to learn with other like-minded women or people how to systemize your life and gain clarity on who you want to become. And Amanda is a huge part of our community, and she's just doing amazing things as well. Then the gorgeous Catherine has said, I joined the CEO Mums because I felt like I was going in circles with my business rather than growing. Working with Danny has helped me start to grow my business beyond what I could have imagined, as well as improving all areas of my life. So thank you, Catherine, to, from that kind words. And these women are not, I'm not going to say, actually they are extraordinary women, but they haven't had extraordinary circumstance. They're just women like you building business from home, raising families, managing households who decided to fix a foundation. And when they did that, everything changed. And that's what I want for everyone, on this call too. So I just want to tell you about how it actually works and everything you need to build the foundations, in your business too, because I've given you the framework, I've shown you the 4 departments, I've told my story, and I've showed you what's possible. But knowing the framework and building it are 2 very different things. And that's why I have a coaching program attached to this as well. So CEO Mums, you will purchase, you will join, you will get everything ready for you, done for you, and you can go straight into it and learn as fast or as slow as you like. But it is a coaching program too. So what I do is I walk you through the entire home operating method, system by system, step by step, with me beside you every single week. So you'll get all 4 departments, all 20 systems, video training, supporting PDFs, workbooks for every single system. Then you will get live coaching every Monday. Sorry, no, you won't. It'll be every Thursday. I have to fix that up. Every Thursday at 12 o'clock, where you will get some hot seat coaching, all your questions answered, accountability that we'll hold to. That is a game changer too. With any program that you purchase, you don't usually get that, but I will show up live for you. Plus, you do get access to me 5 days a week in our Facebook community, which is that private community where we've got women working alongside you, celebrating every win, wins. You're never implementing anything alone. And you have done for you tools as well. So there's a done for you Trello board. It's a plug and play. You also have a playbook that is done for you as well. So you've got everything you need to make yourself successful or become successful in doing this. The investment, it is only $97 per month. Okay. So, or you can pay $9.97 in full, which a lot of women do because you can get 2 months for free if you do it that way as well. So again, what's included, all 4 departments, video training, supporting PDFs, live weekly coaching, community, and the done for you. And I just want to put in Trello board, I just want to put this in context for you. If this method gives you back even 2 hours of income producing work for your business, and you'll say $50 an hour, that's $400 a month of reclaimed time too. So you're making 4 times your investment back in time alone before the income growth even begins. So that is absolutely massive. And what I'm really proud of too is I have made this coaching program accessible on purpose, okay? Because I know the women who need this the most are the women who are building businesses from home, who are not yet hitting the months that they want, who need the foundations before they can have that, before they can even grow to. And I refuse to price them out of this. Okay. So I don't want to price people out of something I know will change everything for them. So that's why I've made it only $97 a month. That's it. 20 systems, 4 departments, live coaching, private community. Some people don't want to commit to that straight away, or they don't think they need that full change. You can also get a bundle, which is a Trello template and the home operating method playbook. That is only $67, just that one off. Or you may go, I don't know, I don't even know what area of my life needs fixing at the moment. So you can do the free household audit. It takes about 10 minutes. It's free, and you can find out exactly where your household is costing your business right now too. So wherever you want to start, let me know. Just message me on Instagram at dannystevens.co. or you can find me on Facebook and you can send me a message there, or you can just simply reply to me on email, and I'll send you whatever link it is that you need that is going to help you get started in fixing the foundations today too. So before I finish, I just want to go through a few things that you might be thinking at the moment. You might be thinking, I don't have time to add one more thing, and I hear this all the time, and I want you to think about the sentence, because you do not have time. Okay, that's what you're telling me. You don't have time. Why don't you have time? Because your household is consuming you, your life is consuming you. That is the exact problem we're solving here. So the method will give you back time. You're not adding something to a full plate. You are clearing the plate so there's actually room. Or my partner won't engage with this, or my kids won't engage with this. And I thought the same too about my family. Here's what I know: most partners or kids aren't unwilling, they just don't have a role. The moment you give them a role, a clear, specific, written role, most of them step up. Okay, and for the ones that don't, the method still works, because most of it's about your systems, your rhythms, your CEO time. You can implement this even if your partner is not fully on board yet. And what happens is, once they see the difference in you, the household and the income, they jump on board very, very quickly. A lot of people say, I've tried to get organized before and it never sticks, because what you've tried is not a system. It was an attempt at the surface without fixing what was underneath. A chore chart is not a system. Having a go at decluttering is not a system. Asking nicely is definitely not a system. The home operating method is a system, and a system sticks because they have structure, ownership, and a rhythm underneath it as well. And is this just for mums? No, any woman building a business from home and managing a household, kids or no kids, partner or no partner, can use this. This method will apply. And what if I join and it doesn't work for me? Then you reach out to me personally and we figure out why. Because I'm not here to take $97 off you and disappear. I'm here because I genuinely believe this method changes lives, and I will not let you fail if you're willing to do the work. I promise you that. Okay. And then I just want to remind you, most women don't start a business to earn hobby money. Okay. And a lot of women I work with, they're earning hobby money. Okay. And it's costing them money. It's not earning them any money, their business. You started a business because you wanted to change your family's life, or to build something that matters, to prove to yourself and to everyone watching that you could do this, and you can, but you can't do it on a broken foundation. The household that is running off the back of you right now, the mental load, the chaos, the 4 p.m. panic, the weeks that disappear, that is a broken foundation, and it will keep your business stuck for as long as you let it. And I'm not saying you have not worked hard. I know you have. I'm saying the work you've been doing deserves a foundation that is strong enough to hold it. And that's why I called it the home operating method. And that's why I built that as well. And I remember one stage in my business, like, I nearly quit. I had every reason to. And instead I fixed the foundation and built something that changed my family's life. And I want that for you too. Not someday, not when the kids are older, not when life settles down, now. So as I said, if you want to join, just message me and I'll send you the link over. And I'm here to support you and your business and your life. Thanks so much for watching.